Close your eyes for a moment. Feel the weight you've been carrying, all the trying, the pushing, the endless effort to make things right. What if I told you that the very act of trying so hard is what's keeping peace just out of reach? Stay with me. You wake up with a list, a plan, a promise to yourself that today will be different. You'll be productive, present, perfect. And by evening, you're exhausted, not from what you did, but from how hard you tried to be, someone you thought you should be. You're not failing. You're just trying too hard. There's an ancient idea, quiet as falling snow, called Wu Wei. In Taoism, it means effortless action, or perhaps more truthfully, non-forcing. It's not about doing nothing. It's about doing without the desperation beneath it. Lao Tzu whispered it thousands of years ago. Nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. The river doesn't try to flow. The moon doesn't strain to glow. And you were never meant to force yourself into existence. There's a paradox buried in our striving. The philosopher Alan Watts called it the backwards law. The more we chase happiness, the more it slips away. The harder we try to fall asleep, the more awake we become. The tighter we hold on, the faster love leaves. Because grasping itself creates the gap. Zhuangzi tells a story of a butcher whose blade never dulls, not because he sharpens it endlessly, but because he moves with the ox, finding the spaces between bone and tendon, letting the knife fall where it naturally wants to go. He doesn't conquer the ox, he dances with it. Pause. What if your life is the same? Not a problem to solve, but a rhythm to join. We live in a world that worships effort. Hustle, grind, optimize. We're taught that rest is laziness, that silence is emptiness, that if we're not doing, we're wasting. So we pile on the trying. We try to control our thoughts, try to fix our feelings, try to become the person we see in our minds, while hating the one we see in the mirror. Soft, almost a sigh, and beneath it all, exhaustion. Not the kind that sleep can fix, the kind that comes from fighting yourself. The perfectionist believes, if I just try harder, I'll finally be enough. But Wu Wei whispers back, you already are. The trying is the only thing in the way. Picture water. It doesn't try to be soft, yet it carves stone. It doesn't try to be powerful, yet it moves mountains. It simply goes where it can go. And when it meets a rock, it doesn't fight. It flows around. Or think of wind. It doesn't announce itself. It doesn't apologize for changing direction. It just moves. And trees, the wise ones, they don't resist. They bend. They sway. They let the wind pass through. What if you stopped resisting yourself? What if the life you're trying so hard to create is actually trying to meet you halfway? Wu Wei doesn't mean giving up. It means letting go of the grip. When you're anxious, notice how hard you're trying not to be anxious. That effort becomes the cage. Instead, let the feeling be there. Don't perform peace. Don't try to meditate perfectly. Just sit. Breathe. Let your mind wander like a leaf on water. When you're creating something, notice when you start forcing it. Forcing the words. Forcing the idea. Forcing yourself to feel inspired. Step back. Walk away. Let it come to you. The way sleep comes when you stop chasing it. In conversation, notice when you're trying too hard to be liked or understood or impressive? What if you just spoke? From the place beneath the trying, the place that's already whole. The Taoists knew something we've forgotten, that life is not a mountain to climb. It's a river to join. And when you stop thrashing against the current, when you stop trying to swim upstream toward some imagined version of yourself, you realize you've been floating all along. There's a kind of trust in Wu Wei, not in the world being fair, not in things going your way, but in the quiet knowing that you don't have to manufacture your existence. You're not a project. You're not broken. You're already happening. And maybe that's enough. So tonight, before you make another plan, before you set another intention, before you try to be better, stronger, more disciplined, just breathe. Feel your heartbeat. You didn't have to try for that. It's been there, all along. Wu Wei, effortless being. Not because you perfected it, but because you stopped performing it. The river doesn't try to reach the ocean. It just flows. And so can you. Let go.